All right, here she is, the Golden Goose, the KGB, the content queen, Gusta Rhymes from the Times Union and timesunion.com. Her blogs are the best. It's Christy Gustafson Barletti. Good morning, Christy.
Good morning. Welcome back, Christy.
Thank you.
Yay. Hear your voice again. And I want to hear your opinion on this one, too.
Okay.
The topic we're talking about today. So I had done a blog post on the 5 things that your child's teacher does not want this holiday because, kids gift their teacher and that kind of thing. The post did really well, but what most people just seem to glom on to one of the 5, and that was the idea of homemade food. And that topic sort of just transitioned into people talking in general about eating food that comes out of people's houses, whether it's at a bake sale, a potluck, somebody giving you, your neighbor giving you food, that kind of thing. And people had really, really strong opinions on whether they'll eat something that comes from a friend or even family member or colleague.
It's interesting. I don't personally have a problem with it. I kind of think about it maybe for a split second, but I typically eat it anyways. But I do recognize there are some people out there that they're just completely grossed out by it. And I think more people are kind of turned off or grossed out by it than are, I don't really care. I'm sure that you went through the proper, precautions.
I grew up in a family where we made Christmas cookies, and we made a ton of them, each and every year, and then we would give them to family members and little tins.
And you wonder
stuff.
How many people skeeved
and
you.
I didn't know that.
Do you think you were a skeeve house?
I don't know. I don't think so. We were a very clean house.
Were you delivery of the skeevy Christmas?
You don't think you were a house of skeeve?
No, I think they enjoyed our peanut butter blossoms.
Hair sticking out of them?
No, I know. I read that. Oh,
what was it? Wait, what was sticking out of what?
She said one of her readers wrote that they got cookies or something or chocolates from somewhere, and there was cat hair in it.
Oh,
every year there was cat hair sticking out. So I was just
every year
Chrissy and saying, "Does your Christmas cookies have dog hair?" Because I know she has a dog.
No, we don't do it anymore. But when we were growing up, I thought everybody liked them. I ate a ton.
Christy, did you find though, Christy, the majority of your readers really do have a problem with this?
Oh, yes, the overwhelming majority. Now, we didn't do a poll this time, but I will say from a comment standpoint, almost everyone said it was gross. Now, some people said, well, if you think someone's kitchen is gross, imagine what it's like in a restaurant. But most people said, you don't know if someone's licking the spoon, if they're making a baked good. You don't know if their cat has been in the litter box and then climbing on the counter, and then that's where some woman got chocolates that had cat hair in them.
That is awful.
And then people talked about also the idea of expiration or leaving things out. You're cooking with things, or not even baking, just regular food. It has everything been kept at the right temperature. Were you cooking it correctly?
God, I don't think that
weren't expired or bad.
Yeah,
I'm free food.
Right. I'm like, oh, you're so nice.
Jen made cupcakes.
Yeah, I never judge them. I eat those.
Clean kitchen.
I just, the thing is,
I will judge. Every year for Christmas, I ask my sister-in-law for clam sauce because she makes the best clam sauce. But I know the way she cooks. I know what her kitchen looks like.
Yeah.
I know her. Whereas if somebody I didn't know was like, oh, Christy, I make the best clam sauce, let me drop it off for you at work, I'd be like, yeah. Okay,
yeah, but see, here's the thing. I think it depends on the food, too.
And the person.
And well, yeah, obviously the person, but the food, too. I'll give you an example. There are certain foods that you can't prepare unless, you're mashing it up with your hands. Right? If somebody makes
meatballs or something?
Yes.
Yeah.
No,
what about pasta? Homemade pasta?
pasta.
Yeah, but you're cooking.
No, but I mean, if you're making a Rice Krispie treat, you're forming things with your hands.
And you have to get in that with a Rice Krispie treat.
You have to get in that. If you're making, there's certain things, and I feel like your hands... Like clam sauce, you're not getting in there. How much are you really getting in there?
Right. Same thing with cupcakes and stuff. You're scooping. You're not really you're not getting in there with your hands.
But if you're giving me some...
No, but people could be licking the frosting thing when they're putting the frosting on.
God, who would do that?
I would do that.
Oh my God!
I would do
and then keep using the spoon.
Yeah. It
was a little but we heard it.
It's my kitchen. You can eat my food, my rules.
Okay.
There's no health and drug There's no health and drug administration that's showing up at my house to check up on me. So I feel like, well, listen. I mean, my food, my rules. Anything goes.
My food, my rules, my mouth. That's where it goes.
Good thing you don't give any.
No, I don't. I certainly don't make food for people.
He doesn't.
But I think the idea does skeeve a lot of people out. And they just don't say anything. My dad will not eat anything that's given to him.
Really?
Nothing.
Even Christmas cookies?
Nope, he won't.
Is he polite about it? If your dad seems like a very polite person who's just thank you. No, I'm not eating those.
Yeah, he's pretty polite.
Diane, throw these out.
Do most people, you think, Christy, throw out the food that is homemade and given to them, or do they just kind of re-gift it, give it to somebody else?
No, I think most of them throw it out. A woman I know who's a teacher always has she has a secret garbage can underneath her desk. Because kids don't just give her food at Christmas; they give it all year long. And she'll be like, thank you so much, and it goes right in the garbage.
You don't even wait.
I'm not eating it.
Like you're gonna.
I know. Wait till the kid.
You don't
leaves.
even wait.
Leave
Like
it
the
on your
kid
desk for
hasn't
a
even
minute.
turned around from leaving the desk yet.
The kid has turned around. But I'm saying it doesn't even sit out so that other people are going to eat it. It's just gone.
And that's
yeah, people throw it away, and that was one of the reasons I made it as a gift you don't want to give, because not only does the person maybe on the receiving end not want it, but it's a lot of work.
It is a lot of work.
Or whatever.
Yep.
And then all that goes to waste if someone's just going to throw it away. So why would you want your gift to either not get used or go to waste?
Christy, great stuff. You're one of these people. Like you have a problem with it, right?
Oh yeah. I mean, I walk right by bake sales and I'm like, I'll give you $1, but I'm not.
I don't want.
Here's my
I don't want your
donation.
pound cake. I don't
$1.
care.
I want your
Sister
bread.
Mary's
Bye.
Church of the Heathen.
Of the church.
Of the church. Thank you, Christy. Thank you.
Of
Thank
the
you.
saints.
Happy holidays.